YC stands for it's your boy Drew Spicer back in the game or another video, sorry. I'd be interested like you do, weird. Now as you see behind me is the set of my Tardis. Ever since the last episode, in fact the first ever episode I've actually done, and the Master and Doctor type sneak peek thing, well, it's just a little bit of fun. I was just testing out something. I've been adding more things to the console, as you've noticed. Well, you may have noticed that there's a lot more stuff on here than there originally was. This was designed to be here, as you can tell. It's just a screen. It's got lights, it's got all sorts. It's not plugged into these speakers. These are actually speakers, but they're for like WhatsApps and stuff, like you see in episode called Shrink, when the previous Doctor has been sorting out someone's computer. Now, we have 6 panels. This is actually made out of wood, well, hardboard anyways. It's had a bit of an accident a couple of times, but I fixed it and it's brilliant. I will say that it's during lockdown, this is what I've been doing. I've been maintaining this thing and making it more appealing for me and for those new fans out there. And you've noticed that the room has again changed because I didn't like the old set out, so I've that will be somewhat configured into a better space. Today, however, I have improved the time rotor. Now, if you're a fan of MDW Productions channel, I'll leave a link in the description below. Here, this lever does the time rotor. Not kidding. It just used to be like that, even though the sound effects went off. But now I've wired it up using my clever technology, alien technology, to obviously make it go by the pull of that lever. And you'll be thinking, how have I done that? Well, I've took the remote wired up back via the wires, where you get the, basically inside the remote you've got wires, but you can't solder wires onto the actual button bits itself. You have to go by the wires, but the wires change in where they go. So if you put both on blue, they're going to turn out purple. So I've had to figure out which one was which, and I've got it. So it's only 4 wires for 2 settings. Well, this mode and flight mode, which we'll get to in shortly. Again, I don't know if you can see this. In fact, let me just double check. Yeah, you can. Just exteriorly. See if you can see the door. Yeah. Now, on the door, you'll see a free public call box sign, free to open. This is wired up to a switch. And of course, it also does the lantern out there as well, which I'm going to quickly show you. Set it up. That. So it's basically to do both. Is that back up? Ugh. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fiddly camera work today. So yeah, that's one switch. That was basically an afterthought. That switch basically was for like the lightsaber down there, but it just collected dust. So instead, I wired up to the door. Speaking of switches, just let me adjust the camera again. Nope, it's fine. Hang on, no it isn't. Sorry, there we go. There's also another switch which is only just being installed to do that, which is the monitor. Now this is just a new addition. It's a monitor for the Tardis, because how else can the Doctor type anything up and not actually get a signal? Sorry about the flickery light, I don't know what's wrong with that, but I will fix that. So if that goes out, I can just join the rest of them together. I think that one's about to burn out because it's not been on for a long time. More pipes, more wires, time rotor, it's sort of taller than you actually would thought. That's been actually screwed on because that was glued on a couple of times. You'll notice in Shrink, this has been ripped off accidentally. and there was like a couple of shots where the chair was in the way and out of the way and stuff. Kind of complicated, and of course this is charging, but it does the auxiliary light just to be on the safe side. You got your box standard lights here, and you got your remote control for the bedroom light, which I think you can see that. I don't know. No, you cannot, because now I have access to a colour changing light bulb. Hang on, there we go. She will say. There we go. Yeah, you get the gist. So I'm going to go by one on each panel. I'm going to talk about what each thing does. Stay tuned at the end to see a flight test. Basically me trying out my new Tardis. So you get to see this do its magic. You really do. It's brilliant. It's fantastic. I should really use that a bit more. I will point out there's a few bit of errors in the console, as I've actually readjusted this panel here. It was slightly slanted. I've actually raised it up a bit more. It's got more additions to it, such as switch down here, which does the lights, which you saw in the master video, and of course you got the thing, which, yeah. Anyway, for the thermostat and the alarm, which brilliant. This middle one does the combustion engine on top of there. Yeah, it needs changing batteries. And of course this one does the tocylphane light thing, which does actually still work. I just haven't got no speaker on it. That's, if you recognise that, that's for Phenometrix watch thing. These are just all casters from a dishwasher. Lights. This was off the original console. In fact, most of this is actually from the original, but there's a few things what I've taken apart from scraps. And I've even got my old bike bell, because why not? It's got a Wi-Fi box, which doesn't actually work no more. Trying to show you carefully. Stupid tripod. You got these twiddly things down here. This thing's just decoration. Your switches, like I say. That's for the colour changing light. And here is your demat lever, which you can tell. In fact, if I'll show you underneath the remote. Where is it? There's a remote. I've actually wired it in 4 different places, and it's easy to get to the battery as well. It's all hot glued in place as well. So yeah, little battery box there for the monitor. So I've got dedicated things as well. So when I lift that down, it will change that into flashing. So yeah. This is just a normal lever. It doesn't do nothing apart from just pretend it's stabilizers or something. But this is your main lever. You pull this down, then when you go into the second phase, sorry, this will go down, and then as soon as you're about to land, pull that up, yonk that up as well. That's another twisty thing. This is the shields indicator, which you can put to steady, and then you can just press these 2 buttons. Well, you should be able to. Nope. Let's do that to reset it. Another calculator, which is skull collection, I suppose. This thing, that doesn't do nothing, that doesn't do nothing. Old controller, thumbsticks, thermostat, I think, I don't know. These twiddly things, I've got loads more of these now, since I've got my new bike, so it comes in handy. And you'll all be thinking, what's that? It's Gallifreyan for my name. That's my name in Gallifreyan, which is Drew. In fact, you'll see quite a bit of Gallifreyan on this. This used to be for this, but now is for these lights, which I don't need to change the batteries because there's no batteries in it. Look, I can even prove it. And then of course, I use a bit of Time Lord science in that. That's just my thing. That's just a boxy little thing. Calculator, crystal, which an old car freshener. FM radio, to be honest. And when you have lights on, you've got the Omnitrix. I thought it would be looking cool on that. Yeah, And of course you've got the sonic screwdriver charging port, which doesn't really do much. You know, it's already starting to deteriorate on the bottom. I don't know if I can show you this. There you go. I need to clean that up. That's what my doctor carries, that sonic screwdriver, trusty old thing. So yeah, and you'll be thinking, where's the sound coming out from? Aha, I'm not going to tell you because it would spoil the fun. And that I haven't even used this for a long time. I've actually experimented a couple of times, so it's all fine. She's ready to be flight, so I'm going to set the camera up, get everything up and running, and yeah. Okay, so now this is where it gets really, really interesting, because now I'm going to fly my Tardis to, I don't know, Laboratories? Yeah, let's go there. I mean, I've visited lots of them. Sorry, I'm a bit stuttery now, apparently. You know, maybe I am. Still trying to figure things out, like, but hey ho, what can you do? Oh yeah, and apparently I look like Matt Smith. I don't know how true that is. Me, jealous. There we go. Setting coordinates. Fuel efficiency. And there we go. And there we go. 3, 2, 1, and it's a bit slow. I should get more of these. Brilliant. Love it. So, okay, let's not go there actually, that is so not right. I thought I went to Laboratories. I think I must have implemented fault. Ah, you idiot. I didn't lower that down. Never mind. Oh well, we know the TARDIS is working. So, question is, what do you think? Let me know in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and of course subscribe. Don't forget to like and subscribe and all that wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. And of course, there is a second channel called NDW Productions channel. It's basically me and Jason who's actually doing the channel. So it's Doctor Who. It's all Doctor Who. So is this channel. So plenty more content